Hi guys, today I'm going to do another scratch tutorial because the last one got so many views. So we're just gonna call this one cat, this sprite cat. And we're going to add the extension text to speech like this. Then we're going to add the extension pen, and today we're going to make a health bar. My computer is lagging very much, so yeah, that's why I'm lagging so much. So one green flag clicked forever. Then we're going to open up this and delete this variable. Make a new variable. Call it health. Like this. Right click on it and make it a slider. Then change the slider range and make sure it's 0 to 100. Then we're going to go ahead and say an if else block here and get an equals in here. Then we're going to put health here and put 0 here. Inside there we're going to open up our costumes, go to costume 2, click on the painting thing and make it black. Don't worry about all these extra things. They're just extensions that I found. So just make these X's on the eyes. Then when here after the if then, we're going to put in a switch costume to costume 2 and we're going to say why did you kill me? Question mark. And then we're going to get an if then. Then we're going to make a new variable and call it shut up or whatever you want to call it to make it stop saying a voice. I called it shut up for comedian purposes. Then get in an extra an equals, put in the shut up here and then put no here. Then go down to text to speech and then speak. And here we're going to speak. Why did you kill me? Now you can see if you start, it's gonna just say, why did you kill me? But we can't hear anything. Oh, and if I can hear anything, you can't because I made it so. But anyways, put in a wait 1 and you still can't hear it probably. So then that ends and we're going to the else and then we switch the costume to costume 1. Then we make an if else. Then we get a higher than block. Make it the health. If health is larger than 75, then we're going to say yay, I am happy and alive. And then we're going to again get an if then again, shut up equals no. Then we're going to speak. Yay, I am happy and alive. And again, wait 1 second. But you can see it does die. And when it's over 75, it says, yay, I'm happy and alive. But in the middle, it still says, yay, I'm happy and alive, even though we didn't tell it to. Because it only says when 0 and above 75. So here it's just what it was before, but not when it's 0. So let's change it. Let's change that. So yeah. And the else, we're going to put another else. Where we're going to put an and in here. Then get a less than block here. And a larger than block. Then let's put health into both of them. And then this will be less than 75. And this will be more than 50. Then we're going to go ahead and say, ouch. Then we're going to get, again, an if and put in this. And then we're going to go ahead and again speak, ouch. And wait 1 second. Now in the else, we're going to go ahead and get another if then else. And here we're going to go ahead and put in an and here. And the reason I'm like stuttering more than I'm usually am is because I have a fellow YouTuber on Discord right now, so yeah. But inside the and, I'm going to put a less than and a larger than. And of course health, like before. So we're gonna make it less than 50 and larger than 25. Or we're going to go ahead and say I'm nearly dead. And again, of course, this. And of course, just change this to I'm nearly um nearly dead. And of course, the reason that we can't hear these is because we don't even have this ever being at no. Right now it's currently at 0. And this wasn't actually supposed to be an if then else. So if you have the extension, then just change it, or else just get an if and make it instead. But if you have an extension that can do it, just make it if. Now actually done with the cat. So yeah, make a new sprite in Paint. Call it healthbar. This is going to be the main health thing. And we're going to go ahead and inside the code, we don't actually have to draw anything. So just directly inside the code, we're going to stop by when green flag clicked. Then we're going to set health to 100. Then we're going to go into the pen and erase all. Then pen up. Then set pen color to 37, 100, 100, 37, 100, 100. After that, we're going to set the pen size to 20. Then we're going to get a forever loop right here. And inside that, we're going to go ahead and put an if then else. The if then else is going to contain what colors we're using. So start with if, then in higher than here, then put in health here, and then say 75. So if health is larger than 75, we're going to set the pen color to the 37, 100, 100. Then in the else, we're going to go ahead and put in an if else block also. And we're going to go ahead and put a larger than actually. And that's just going to keep 50, and we're going to put in health. Then we're going to, inside that, we're going to set the pen color to 14, 100, 100 to make it yellowish color, which is the medium, color. And of course, the last one is not gonna be that obvious. Regularly, it will be 0, 100, 100. But here we're going to make it 0, 95. And this is of course fully customizable, all of these numbers. But we're just gonna put it to that. And then we're going to make block. So we're going to go into blocks, my blocks, and make a block. Call it draw, and make sure it's run without screen refresh. Put the draw over here, and then inside here we're going to make it erase all, and then we're going to put an if statement. If then a statement in, where we're going to go ahead and put a not in here, and then we're going to put equals in here. Then we're going to put health right here, also, and then 0 I meant. Sorry, it's just my Danish coming up. So then we're going to go ahead and go to X, Y thing here, and then we're going to go ahead and put in a minus in the X and a plus in the Y. So in the X, we're going to go ahead and put the backdrop number of stage in. We're going to change it to, instead of stage, we're going to change it to cat. And then we're going to make sure it's X position, and then minus 50. After that, we're going to go ahead and put a backdrop number of stage, change it to cat, make sure it's a Y position this time, make it plus 75. After that, we're going to make sure it's pointing in the right direction. So we're going to point in direction 90. And then we're going to go ahead and take the pen down so we can drawing. And then we're going to move health steps. Now this is actually all you need for the health part, but I have extra things for it if you want. And that's the shut up variable and stuff like that. So let's start by getting a new sprite. So right here we're going to new sprite, draw, and yeah, we're going to call it change voice cat. I'm pretty sure that was that's what they called. And I actually already have the right one, but you can like make the button look however you want. But I already have one, so that's just the one I'm going to use. I'm currently putting it in my backpack. So I'm gonna set it to 2 just to make it come in. So here it is. I made this myself when I made this program. So that is actually all the art we need. You can make that yourself or try to copy mine. I just used a square with an outline and then just put the text with the pixel font in. And then I made it one. So now inside here, we're going to use code. So yeah, one green flag clicked. Oh, wait, that's obvious. We're obviously going to use code. So text to speech, and we're going to set the voice to kitten. And then we're going to go ahead and go to 100 and then minus 120. After we have put the position, oh, and we also need to put a height block here. And then we're going to set size to 50%. And then we're going to make a forever loop. In the forever loop, we're going to start by making an if then else. And we're going to make it if touching mouse pointer. So if touching mouse pointer, we're going to go ahead and set our brightness effect to 20. Then we're going to go ahead and get an if mouse down, then set I'm blind. Set brightness effect to minus 20. Then we're gonna in the else set the brightness effect to 0. So it's hidden. Why is it not hidden in my version? I used to hide, but it's still the I stopped using this. I deleted it, kinda. If I do this, will it work? Now? Okay. But anyways, this didn't work for me, so you don't actually need it. I was just talking to the YouTuber. So we're gonna we're going to go ahead and make a new sprite in Paint. You don't need to keep that, but then we're going to make this shut up slash talk sprite. And I again also already have the costumes, so I'll just put them in my backpack right now and insert them. First the shut up and then the talk. So when you have the ones that you're gonna use, like me, I don't care. Then we're gonna go ahead and begin coding. And exactly for this sprite, we're going to make a variable called clone ID for the sprite only. Hide it. And then we're going to, when green flag clicked, we're going to set shut up to yes. Then we're going to hide. And then we're going to set the clone ID to 0. Then we're going to go to repeat and make it repeat 2. Then we're going to change the clone ID by 1 and then create a clone of myself. This will basically make 2 of this sprite, but all the code in these sprites will be when I start as a clone. So when we start as a clone, we're going to go ahead and get a forever loop. This is going to be one of the longest scripts in here. So we're going to make an if, then we're going to go ahead and say with an equals, clone ID equals 1. Then we're going to switch the costume to shut up. Then we're going to go to minus 150 and 30. After that, we're going to go ahead and show. So right now we have the shut up button over here, but it doesn't actually do anything. So yeah, let's make it do something and make it look better. So let's go ahead and put in an if else block like before. So if, again, touching mouse pointer, we're going to set the brightness effect to 20. And then an if, mouse down, we're gonna set the brightness effect to minus 20. And then we're going to set the shut up variable to yes, because then we want it to shut up. This will, and still by default, this will be yes. And then in the else right here, we're going to set the brightness effect to 0. Then jump down after that to begin the clone ID number 2. So get an if, then again equals with clone ID that equals 2. Then we're going to switch the costume to talk. Then we're going to go ahead and go to X 150 Y 30. Then we're gonna go ahead and show and get an if then else loop statement, I guess. Then putting the touching mouse pointer and then set the brightness effect to 20 again. Then we're going to get an if-then statement. And then we're going to, of course, say mouse down. Then we're going to go ahead and set the brightness effect to 20. And we're gonna go ahead and set shut up to no. So it will talk. And then if in the else, we'll set the brightness effect to 0. Now in mine, I made it by the way. Sprite, just called BTW, of course, but by the way, BTW, where I wrote, I'll read real quick, get the original costume, the backpack, just so it will fit perfect, be the exact same as the original that I have made. Then we'll go into the code. Here mine is lagging a little, so yeah. So when the green flag, oh I'm lagging, when the green flag is clicked, we're going to go to X, the opposite of what it's already saying, 63. It doesn't have to be the opposite of yours, it's actually just 63, then 156, and then show. Now it should work. And since you can't hear my computer, you can't hear when I click this. At least you shouldn't be able to. But then the longer we down, it's going to say something else. Pretty cool. You couldn't hear that. You probably couldn't hear that since I made it so you couldn't. But anyways, oops. Bye. Hope it was a good video. So I'll share this for you guys. We could change the name to assets, and I'll put this in the comments if you watched this far. So yeah, bye. Like and subscribe.